Alex, and today is May the 2nd. My first ever YouTube anniversary. So let's make some things to celebrate. Here I am working on a YouTube play button for 100 subs. I hit 100 subs like a couple months ago or something, but now I have 109. I feel like I don't remember if I actually completely celebrated my 100 subs, so I decided to make myself a little plaque, since I don't think YouTube will give you one until 10k subs. So yeah, and I have a 3D resin printer, and I've only used it once, so why not make a video where I get to use it again? You might think, oh my god, it's going to be so hard to make something out of resin that I really want to make, but really the process is a lot easier than it actually seems. The hardest part of this entire process was just dealing with a couple little bugs that I dealt with in Blender, which could have been bugs or they could have been my error. I'm not really sure. But either way, that was literally the hardest part, which that wasn't hard at all. All I had to do was make whatever I wanted to make in Blender, and then I just had to upload it into a slicer, which I will talk about in a second. A couple things about when I was using Blender is I used, of course, a square. I just made it wider for the plaque part, and I used the bevel modifier. I think I hit the button 3 or 4 times to make it that round. You can hit it as many times as you want to. And then the text is pretty easy. I would say when using Blender, don't try to figure out everything by yourself. If you don't know how to do something, YouTube is easy. Just look up any issue you are having. Most of the time, someone is going to tell you how to fix it. So this video, though this clip does not have a bunch of jump cuts in it, I literally was watching a new video every step of the way to make sure I did everything in the most straightforward way possible, without a bunch of bugs and mess ups and me doing something wrong that would result in me having to restart. So yeah, Blender is pretty easy and fun, and just enjoy the process if you're gonna make something as well. Now that the 3D modeling is done, it's time for slicing. Before trying to slice, export your 3D model as a .stl file. Slicing is the process of cutting your model into thin layers so the printer can print them one at a time. I use lychee slicer to do this. So let's get right into it. So here, I already downloaded lychee. I really like this. I just dropped my mic. I really like this. It's very easy and intuitive to use. I don't think it takes up too much space. Obviously, it's a pretty big program, so it does take a little bit of space, but it's completely free. They do have a paid-for version, but the free version is amazing, and I'm going to use it for forever. And also again, this lychee themselves, or I don't know how you want to say it, I'm not sure, but I've been hearing it as lychee. But they have their own channel on YouTube that you can watch for help. There's lots of other people that use this as well that make videos on it. One of the things that I was trying out was the orange line around the bottom was meant that it needs supports there. So I hit the auto support button to see what supports it would give. And it gave like a full supports on the entire bottom. So I decided that I would just print it. After you finish slicing down and downloading your file, for my printer you just have to move your file onto the flash drive that the printer came with. Then just plug the flash drive back into your printer. Your model should pop up on the screen. Now while my play button is printing, let's make some cake. So here, I'm just baking a cake. This cake it's like vanilla cake, but we have almond extract, so I wanted to add some of that just to make something different and new that I haven't made yet with a different flavor. And as you can see, I'm going to put the ingredients on screen and in the description box so you guys can read them. Almond extract is very strong, so try not to use too much of it. Something I'd like to say is that this cake came out really nice. It was delicious. But I would say it is a bit of an oily cake, so be careful with what liners, because now I'm going to also put the rest into cupcakes. But be careful what liners you use, because these ones I got, they're really cute, but they don't hold up very well to the oil, and they kind of get stuck to the cupcakes, or they just get really soggy. So make sure you buy good quality liners. I do think it might help if you double them up, so I might try that next time, since I have a set and I don't want to just like not use them. So I'll see how that works out. And now it's time to decorate the cake. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm going to level it off. I don't normally do this, but I want this cake to be very flat and nice. And I did have a leveling tool, but I broke it right before filming this, sadly. But it's okay. A good old knife still works. After you finish shaving off the bottom, I advise flipping the cake upside down to have the flat bottom side on top, because that'll be even flatter than your cutting. So yeah. Here I'm starting the frosting process. I think that decorating cakes is my favorite part of the process. I enjoy it more than baking them. I love baking them, but I really love decorating them. Also, I was super excited about this cake because though it's so simple, I finally got some sprinkles, and I love sprinkles. So I was very happy putting these on top. Here I'm piping a little border. As you can see, it looks a little droopy because my frosting was melting. But I fixed the rest of the cake off cam. let's move on to the cupcakes. I just stayed simple with them and just put a little blob and spread it out. I put the sprinkles on them too, but I did that last. And then as you can see, we have chocolate and the almond vanilla flavor. The chocolate is almond vanilla plus melted chocolate and cocoa powder. So you can put as much or as little as that as you want to, or you could just make a typical chocolate cake. I just did that because my brother, he loves chocolate so much, and he's been begging me to make him chocolate cake. So I decided it would be awesome with the leftover batter to just make some cupcakes with it, a little mini cake. Sadly, the rest of the decorating footage was lost, but here's the final product. I fixed the border on the cake, and then I just decorated the mini cake and the cupcakes. Really simple, just because they weren't the main event, but they still look really cute. Now that decorating the cake is done, let's decorate the play button. So here it is, fully printed in resin. I have peach sunlu resin. Also, if anyone is curious, I have an Elegoo Saturn S printer. It's a little bit of a smaller one, but it's pretty good for what it does, and I absolutely love it. Here I'm mixing up some light pink because, you know, I love pink. I was thinking when I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with this, my first idea was, oh, I should like paint roses and all this stuff, but that sounds like a lot of space for error and struggle. So I was like, let's keep it a little bit more simple but nice. So I decided to paint the entire thing light pink. But I realized that the paint was not sticking. So for you guys, if you ever print something, or just do it in general, if you're gonna paint something and it's kind of smooth, just sand it and the paint will stick. I had a feeling that I should have sanded it from the beginning, but I was like, we'll just see. You can always tell if something needs sanding if you can write on it with a pencil or not. So this resin, I didn't actually write on this one, but I wrote on the misprints. They were way too smooth and it didn't stick at all. This footage of me painting the plaque is a little messed up just because my phone was like, one phone was dead and the other one barely had any storage on it, so I had to make some major cuts on what I showed when painting this, but you guys didn't really miss anything. Here I tried to use a Sharpie to color the words in. It worked well, but the Sharpie didn't really like writing on the paint, so later I just went in with some black paint and colored those in. I forgot to say, in the play button, the triangle part, I think you guys saw that I filled that up with glitter. This is me trying to shake the extra glitter out and brush the extra glitter out, I guess. And now it's time for the final showcase. I had a lot of fun making these fancy graphics. Well, not fancy, but these dramatic graphics. These are all the photos that I took of the cake, the cupcakes, and the plaque. I tried to make them all look nice to together and make some nice lighting. Sometimes y'all can see that my little backdrop and stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And it's awesome to know that I've been on YouTube for 1 whole year. I'm hoping that as the years go on, that I'll get better at doing this, and that my next anniversary for YouTube, maybe I'll have something even more awesome to show you. Thank you all for watching, and subscribing. Bye guys.